I haven't finished Spider-Man 2 yet, but I'm getting close. Have you watched the John DeLorean documentary by Alex Baldwin? John DeLorean documentary. The Framing of John DeLorean? I haven't seen this, but you know what I did see today? I'm going to pull this up. I don't know how many of you saw this. Daniel Radcliffe is producing a documentary about his stunt double who was left paralyzed after a stunt went wrong. It's called David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived, I believe is the title of it. And I had no idea this happened. So apparently his stunt double, his name's David Holmes, was involved in an on-set explosion that left him paralyzed. Which was fucking crazy to read about. My heart always breaks for stunt doubles. Stunt doubles do so much dangerous shit for so little. Well, comparatively so little, I'll say. Like, there's an innumerable amount of stories of stunt doubles getting hurt, dying, or permanently injured. Like, how many of you remember Resident Evil stunt double with the degloving? That one I still think about from time to time is fucking horrifying. Like, it's craziness. So, Daniel Radcliffe is producing this documentary to go over David Holmes' story. Apparently, David Holmes also has, like, a podcast that he talks about for, like, stunt work and all of that. So, it's apparently a pretty inspiring story, I imagine. It's one that would definitely make me super emotional, though, so I don't know if I'll be watching it. I always hate hearing about things like this. It just makes me really sad. I feel fucking horrible for them. Well, thanks for that, Daniel. I'll definitely check that out. Is there a Stuntman Oscar? No. So, there's a real reason for it, and I kind of understand where it comes from. The reason they don't do Oscars or like really big nods to stunt work is because there's the fear, and this could just be copium and an excuse, but it does have logic to it. There's the fear that by incentivizing stunt work to be bigger, grander, more extreme, over the top, you make it more dangerous, and you push people to go harder, which makes it ultimately more dangerous. So by making an award for like the craziest stunts, you'll have other people that'll try and vie for that next year where they're like, I want to be the craziest stunts. We need to have the craziest stunts, shit like that. So it just keeps escalating. So I get why you don't want to incentivize that, but it's really such a shame that you can't give like an official appreciation for the stunt work because it is crucial to the films and it is such an impressive art. But I do understand the argument for why you don't, because you don't want people to risk their life for the glory. The Gibby stunt double. The Gibby stunt double is a hero that I will forever appreciate as a goddamn legend. When we had Noah on our podcast, he talked about this. I'll show you real quick. So this is the Gibby fall from the ceiling. I'll play it one more time just in case you missed it. Okay, so this is a real stunt. According to Noah, the stunt double here actually just fucking belly blasted, belly bomb, like cross body blocked from the top turnbuckle up here out of view onto basically just the concrete. And as you would expect, he got injured. So he hits the ground. He actually bounces off the ground, which is a crazy impact. He broke a couple of ribs and was transported off set. This is a stunt worker who deserves high-level accommodation for that. Why? Because it's a great scene. He did it all for the art. But now, if you give him the award, you'll have 5 other stunt doubles potentially doing, cannonballs onto concrete and shit to try and one-up this, is the argument. Still, such an incredible stunt. No fake floor is crazy. It's been a long time since Noah was on. He said they tried to do something to dress it up, but it didn't work, so what ultimately ended up happening is he basically just bounced off of the ground. I can't recall all of the particulars about it. You can go rewatch the podcast episode if you're curious. He really went into a lot of detail about some interesting shit. But this one blew me away. That this was a real stunt. They didn't just use like a like a doll or something like you'd expect them to do. They actually just had their stunt double do this. I can look it up later, Seth. But yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is making this about David Holmes. I didn't really read what caused the explosion, though, so let's see if it goes into detail. Holmes was working on Deathly Hallows Part 1 when an explosion that was part of a planned stunt sent him plummeting to the ground, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down with a debilitating spinal injury that turned his life upside down. Featuring candid personal footage shot over the last decade, behind-the-scenes material from Holmes' stunt work, scenes of his current life, and intimate interviews with him, Radcliffe, friends, family, and former crew, the film reflects on universal themes of living with adversity, growing up, and the bonds that bind people together. Okay, so the explosion was planned and I guess blew him off of wherever he was, and he hit the ground, causing the paralysis. I don't remember what in Deathly Hallows would have even had something like that with Harry. What scene would that be in Deathly Hallows Part 1? Yeah, I love Risk of Rain too. I don't know if I'll like stream it though, Pepto again. The Hogwarts battle, that's Part 2. Maybe the brooms? There's not like an explosion while he's riding on the broom. Mad Eye gets blasted, but not Harry, I don't think. Yeah, I guess maybe something at the wedding. There was a lot of chaos there, perhaps. I just don't remember anything where, like, Harry himself gets hit by, like, an explosion or something. So maybe it was... The explosion was planned, but maybe him being near it and all of that was very much not in the cards. But Daniel Radcliffe really seems like such a good guy. Shining a light on a story like this, I think, is just a good thing to do. And I really like Daniel Radcliffe's post-Harry Potter work. He just chooses wacky roles that he gets to have fun with. Like Guns Akimbo, Swiss Army Man. What was his most recent one? He had a role in like a TV show where he was like shirtless and crazy. Like some Mad Max shit. I just think he's a really like good guy from what I've seen. He got an Emmy nomination for Weird Al. Good. Good for him. It was that flying scene. He got yanked back hard at fast speed. Oof. It's awful. Not wrong, Jackson. That's actually a good point. Swiss Army Man was awesome from him. Like I said, man, pretty much everything Daniel Radcliffe's been doing post-Harry Potter I think is good. There hasn't been anything he's done where I'm like, damn, Daniel was shit in that. And no, Toad. Not tonight. That's not what I'm playing tonight.